this is the very first week of this programming language. And as you can see right here, this is actually one of the language Matlab. In this course, we are going to talk about this Matlab programming language. Okay. So you can see right here, this is my name. I am Chia-Feng from Yi-Fang okay, Department of Biomedical Imaging and Radiological Sciences. So I'm going to learn a lot of things with you, discuss a lot of things with you in this semester. Okay, so I think every week we are going to spend 2 hours right here and learn something about Matlab. But not only Matlab, we are going to learn more. Matlab is just one of the tools. Okay, programming language is just a tool, just like English. English is a tool for us to communicate with each other. But the Matlab, again, just one of the tools to let us communicate with computers. Okay, so not only communicate with computer, the goal is imaging processing, and specifically medical imaging process. Okay, that is what we are going to do in this semester. So today I'm going to give you some introduction or orientation. But first of all, I'd like to introduce our TA group, our teaching assistant group right here. So you can see a lot of photos right here. Not only me, there are going to be, I think, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 6 TAs will stay with you for the whole semester. They are going to stay around you during the class. If you have any question, you are too shy to ask me, you can simply look at one of the TA, the one you like. Anyway, just pick one. Look at him. If you are too shy to raise your hand, just look at him or look at her. They will sense it and they will come to you. Is there anything I can do for you? They will ask you, okay? But this is very, very important because when we are trying to learn programming language, hands-on practice or exercise is very, very important. And I guarantee you will suffer from it. You will suffer from the difficulty to finish what I'm going to ask you to do. But what you can do, you can discuss with your classmates. You can raise your hand, ask for TA's help. You can do that, okay? Just remember their names. They are going to help you. And also, they will evaluate and assess your homework. Okay, for every single week, I will give you the assignment. I will give you the homework. The original design for the homework for each week is it can be done within 20 to 30 minutes. So basically, I really want all of you to finish your homework, your assignment within this classroom. So before the end of the class, I will give you maybe 10 to 15 minutes. Okay, you can stay right here, discuss with your classmates, and just finish the homework. Okay, understand? Very good. So what we are going to do in this classroom, how will we learn Matlab? First of all, I think I will give you the lecture, of course. For each week, I may spend maybe 50 minutes to talk about the principles and the basic rules about the Matlab that you need to know. I will maybe give a small lecture like 10 or 15 minutes, followed by exercise. Okay, so you can see right here, this is very important, hands-on exercise. And this is the reason why we all sit right here, because we have computers. Okay, we have computers. So everyone, after my mini lecture, you will have a chance to do the hands-on exercise. Okay, this is very important. So do remember one thing, programming language is very, very different from other subjects. Programming language is something you really need to do it by yourself. If you don't practice, I can guarantee you will never learn it. So basically, in-class exercise and also the homework that are assigned to all of you each week is very important. It will help you to learn Matlab, okay? And right here, you can see this is the seat layout of this classroom. Okay, you can see I'm right now standing right here. I think I'm here. Okay, I'm here. So you can see here is a projector screen. You are looking at it, right? And now you can see from here, I have to say this is the left section of the classroom. You can see in each row we have 3 seats. Okay, you can see right here. So we are going to build up study groups. And it's very easy to do so. Every single time when you sit in this classroom, you will have your companion. You will have your a group of members. Just like this one, you can see all the red boxes right here. So right here for each row, 3 of you are in the same group. I mean, for this week. Maybe next week, you may switch the seats, right? It doesn't matter. What I'm going to do is to ask you if you have the chance or opportunity to sit with someone with you, just build a study group in this week. I really want all of you to build up this kind of a study group based on the seats. So for this week, you 3 are in the same group, and you 3 are in the same group. We will have a chance to do the in-class exercise, right? After my mini lecture, you will have a chance to do the hands-on exercise. Of course, some of you may have the difficulty to fully understand what I just introduced. No worry, you can ask your group member, and you can ask in Chinese. I will allow you to do so. No worry about the language. If you really have the difficulty to speak in English or use English to express yourself, it's okay. You can try to use Chinese to ask your classmate. Just try to use the advantage of the study group, okay? So I'm going to tell you this layout because if, I don't know, someone sit around you or just on your left-hand side or right-hand side, if he or she asks you a question, please be nice, okay? Don't say, I don't know you. Don't do that, okay? You are the study group. Be nice to him or to her, okay? So if you are sitting right here, the one right here is asking you a question. I don't understand what teacher is talking about. Try to help him. Try to help her. Be nice, okay? But if someone right here, ask this one question, you can say, no, you are not in the same group with me, okay? Just go ask another one, okay? So this is the basic layout. I just want all of you to memorize these things. And you are going to work together. Not only during class or in class exercise, do remember homework. I really want all of you to finish the homework in this classroom. I don't want any one of you to bring it back because it will increase your burden. I don't want to do that. Okay, this is not my original design. I want you to finish it in this classroom. So you can discuss with your study group members, okay? So figure it out. Of course, you may have the chance to meet someone, saying, I don't know either. Yeah, it can happen, right? No worry about that. Just raise your hand, TA will come to you, or maybe I will come to you. And there is one more thing you need to do before you come to this class next week. That is, try to install Matlab on your own computer. It may be notebook, it may be the desktop, I don't care, but try to install Matlab on your own computer because, before the midterm, we will have a computer test. Before a midterm, you may still seek for some chances to practice the Matlab. Of course, you cannot always sitting in this classroom. We will close this classroom before 6, okay? But afterward, if you really want to practice Matlab, you need to do it on your own computer. Okay, so please go back home, and here is an guideline. This is a manual to tell you how to install the Matlab. In our campus, or I should say in our university, NYCU, we did buy this software. So we have the authority to use this software, okay, Matlab. So go back home, you can follow this document, or you can go for 资讯中心. You will find this document too. And I will tell you where to download this PowerPoint that I'm talking right now. You will have the link. Don't worry about this, okay? But before next week, please finish the installation on your computer. And I have to remind you this software is that big. Around, I think at the minimum, you will need a 10 gigabyte your hard drive capacity. So do remember this. You may need to clean a part of your hard drive, but you need to install this. If you really want to go with us to finish this semester, please just install this. And you will have the chance to download different version, or sometimes we say release, okay, different version or different release of the Matlab. But I personally recommend you to download this version, R2021B version. We do have some new version like 2022, but somehow my personal idea is I don't like this version. They have some issues right there. So I personally recommend you to download this R2021B version. For each year, Matlab will release two different versions, A version and B version. Okay, of course, A is followed by the B version, right? But I personally recommend you to download this R2021B. So as you can see right here, if you follow this installation menu, you will have the chance to see which version that you'd like to install. Just pick R2021B, okay? What is the intended learning outcomes of this class? Intended learning outcomes means after this semester, after 16 weeks in this classroom, what do I anticipate, or what do I really want all of you to learn? Okay, this is our goals, okay? So you can see three important things I'd like all of you can do it. The very first thing is understand the common usage of Matlab functions. I will introduce what is function. And there are so many functions in Matlab that can help you do, I have to say, maybe all the things you want. It's not simply designed for medical imaging process. Actually, it can be used for financial analysis or even for, instrument control, a lot of different things, even for the space science. Actually, Matlab is kind of the wonderful tool that can be used in many different disciplines, okay? So the very first thing is I just want you guys to understand the common usages of the Matlab functions, specifically for medical imaging process. Because I think most of you sitting right here, the reason why you join NYCU is because of the medicine. Okay, not simply because of the engineer. We try to use the engineer, we try to use the physics to, or for a specific medical application purpose, right? So I think medicine is the key terms right here. So this is the very first thing. You need to understand this. And the second point is, I'd like you guys can demonstrate the communication and the collaboration skills with a study group. So this is the reason why I designed this study group. I really want you to try to talk with someone, even you are not familiar with him or her. But again, since you joined this university, since you are no longer a high school student or just a junior high school student, you need to learn how to communicate with others, or you need to learn how to collaborate, work with others, or sometimes we say co-work with others. This is very important, okay? And don't worry about your answers. I mean, for the homework. Don't worry about that your files or your answers is exactly the same with your group members. Don't worry about that. The reason I design study groups, I want you guys to work together, and you can upload exactly the same files if you come from the same study group, okay? But do not use others' study groups' answers. No, don't do that. You can work with your members, but not others, okay? So I really want you guys to learn how to communicate with others. Even you two or you three don't have the answer in your mind in the very first beginning, but try to discuss, try to think together, try to suffer together, and then you can come up with some good answer and just finish your homework. Okay, this is what I really anticipate you guys to do. And the final thing is for this course, by the end, I mean, when we come to the 16th week, we are going to ask you to produce, to generate, to get, to make your own 3D printing product, but not, anything. Specifically, I want you to produce the 3D printing product using or based on the medical images. So you will start from very beginning. You will get the medical images on hand, like the cross-sectional human anatomy. You need to analyze it. And then you will create a 3D model from the medical images. Then you are going to print it out. You will make it from the images to the product, to something, to become something that you can hold it on the hand. Okay, so this is a specific 3 goals. If you go through the 16 weeks with me, with TAs, and you find out you cannot proudly to say I can deal with these 3 issues, then I would feel very, very sorry because I wasted your 16 weeks. But ideally, if you go with me, you really do your practice and exercise, I can guarantee most of you can accomplish these 3 goals, okay? So this is the syllabus. Okay, this is what we're going to do for the coming, I think, 15 weeks, okay? So the very first week right here, you can see right here, okay, this is the course introduction. Okay, this is what I'm doing right now, right? And for next week, I'm going to introduce the basic language usage. And you can see right here, the course design is more like this. I'll give you the key concept or key points that you need to learn in that week. But more importantly, I'm going to give you an example, or you can say an application. So you can see for this week, we are going to learn basic language usage, but with an example right here, we will learn how to use Matlab basic language usage to do the medical image import, or you can say read the medical image. Okay, but for next week, we will learn matrix. Okay, matrix operation and computation. How can we use matrix? How can we manipulate matrix? Okay, but with a specific example, we can use this to adjust or to change the image resolution. Okay, and for the first week right here, we will learn what is the function. What is the function? Function is something built by someone else or before to help someone like you guys can use this function easily. Okay, so it's more like a package of the code, but that can help you to do some specific purpose. Okay. And for this week, you can see we have the example. I will show you how to use function to do so-called imaging smoothing, to make your imaging less noisy, okay? Or we can do the edge detection to identify some objects on the imaging, okay? And for the 5th week, you can see right here, we will learn what is a structure array. For the next week, we will learn what is a cell array. These 2 arrays are specific forms in Matlab, can help us to store many different types of the variables, okay? So we will go for structure array first, followed by this cell array. And for these 2 weeks, we will learn what is the DICOM. What is the DICOM? DICOM is the specific or spatial format for medical imaging. I believe all of you know what is JPEG, what is BMP, what is PNG, what is TIFF file, right? Because we use these all the time. When you do the selfish, when you do the, I don't know, just take photos for others, you always see this kind of format. But for medical imaging, we have a very special format called DICOM. Okay, we will learn what is this format, okay? So for these 2 topics, you will see how to understand the content of the DICOM, and also you will learn how to use Matlab to read or write a huge Excel file. Okay, for example, you can easily generate an Excel file. It may have the, I don't know, matrix size like 1,000 by 2,000 or maybe 10,000. You can easily do that using Matlab, okay? And then for the 7th and 8th week right here, you can see we are going to talk about the flow control. For example, for loop. I bet all of you heard of for loop before. And sometimes you may hear this if else. Okay, so this is the two important flow controlled things you need to learn right here. So we will take the example like the how to calculate a three-dimensional imaging and how to do so-called region of interest. That means we can circle something up, like we can circle a lesion, circle a tumor from the medical imaging, like the CT or MRI. Okay, this is what we're going to learn. And there is a very, very important date. Please remember right now, November 10th. This is the day that we are going to have the midterm test. And this midterm exam is going to be conducted by computer test. That means you are going to sit right here. I will give you some challenge. More like I'd like to do something, then you need to start coding. You need to give me the results, okay? Later on, I will introduce you where you can find the materials for this class, this one. Later on, I will introduce my website, no worry. But I just try to give you an example right here. You will find all the questions for the previous semesters, okay? You can find out, yes, we will have something like this one. Okay, of course, because in previous semesters, this course is delivered in Chinese. So everything is in Chinese, okay? But you can see like right here, for example, we will have so-called debug. Debug means you find out something wrong and correct it, right? You can see this one. And for the second one, is more like the fill-in questions. I may give you some structure, some hint, but you need to make the whole program fully function, okay? And the final one may be the topic that I'm going to ask you to do some image processes specifically. For example, try to do the process on the angiography. I'll give you some guidance right here, one by one, and then you need to try to translate my description into Matlab code. Okay, you will do this, okay? So it may be tough for, I think, at least a half of you. For example, suppose we have 65 students right here. So I guess maybe 30 of you may feel frustrated and really feel it is so difficult to finish this kind of computer test. But no worry, now just try your best. If you finish your homework assignment every single week, I guarantee that you will feel comfortable on this computer test, okay? Let me just go back right here. So this is the example right here. You can see this is what we're going to learn in the first half of the semester right here. So we will learn what is DICOM, what is the medical imaging. And once we can read it or import it to our Matlab environment, what we can do? We can, for example, extract the vessels, arteries in our brain, just like this one, okay? We can enhance the vessels or arteries within our brain right here. Okay, this is so-called angiography. Anyway, this is something we are going to learn in the first half of the semester. But what I mentioned is that I know a part of you may feel frustrated and find some difficulties in the midterm computer test. Don't worry about this because I try to provide you a solution. This is another important date. I'd like all of you to remember this. The week followed or the week after the midterm test, November 17th, right here, I will try to help you or discuss the midterm with all of you. I will go for one by one. Every single question, I will try to tell you why I designed this question and what is the best way to solve this question. You will follow my path to understand each single question, each single item, okay? And after that, you will have the chance to re-upload your answers, your files to the system again. With this process, you will have a chance to increase the score. That means originally, if you only get like 70 for the midterm computer test, don't worry about this. For the very next week right here, we will do the discussion. If you can really understand what I just talked about in the classroom, you can correct your answer. And then you can upload it to the system again. And your score may change from the 70 to 85. We have a table to tell you what is the increase of your score afterward, okay? So this is very important. If you really think I didn't do a good job in midterm computer task, please join us in this week. You will have the chance to re-upload your answers. Okay, we will discuss this together. Because the original goal, not just let you feel frustrated in this class. That is not my original goal. I try to let you know what is the potential applications of Matlab. But afterward, we will have the chance to really learn it. So this is the design for this week. Okay, this is very, very important. Of course, some students always complain about this. I already get 4 score, like 100. Do I really need to join you in this week? I may say yes, please, because you can be a helper. You can be one of the TA to help other students. So please join us. Of course, you have 100. I cannot give you more. That's all I have, right? 100. I don't have more. But you can come to help other students. That is what I ask for, okay? And also, I will give you the orientation or introduction about the final team project, final 3D printing project. Okay, I will talk about this, okay? So you can see from week 11 to week 14, we will spend a lot of time to talk about how to build up or how to draw something using Matlab. Or even more, we will talk about how to build a 3D model using Matlab. And finally, we can just output this 3D model and use 3D printer in NYCU Makerspace to really print out your brain, skeleton, or even heart, or a lot of different things. We are going to do this, okay? So you can see right here, we are going to spend many different weeks to talk about graphic structure, to talk about 3D rendering. Rendering means drawing or build it up, okay? And we will talk about what is a 3D printing, and we will show you how to operate the 3D printer, okay? And again, right here, this is another important date right here, December 22nd, right here. This is a date that you don't need to come to this classroom, because this week we are going to ask all of you to do the 3D printing in NYCU Makerspace, okay? So you don't need to come to this classroom, okay? And finally, I think it's almost the last day of this year, final report, okay? Each team, not a study group, we are going to have another group assignment. I think for each team, you will have 4 to 5 team members. You are going to give the final report to talk about how you process the medical images, how you generate the 3D model, and how you print it out. Okay, this is very important. So basically, this is the whole syllabus for this semester. Is there any question? Okay. So you can see this is an example on your left-hand side. This is the original CT, computed tomography imaging for the whole body. Okay, this is one of the example. And in the middle, you can see the second step, we can use Matlab to do so-called 3D rendering. Rendering means we can try to draw it. We can create a 3D model on your computer or on the screen, right? You didn't print it out yet, but you can see it on your screen. This is so-called 3D rendering. You can see the skin, you can see the skeleton right here. But finally, once you go to the NYCU Makerspace, there are so many 3D printers right there. You can print it out. So you can transform this kind of the medical imaging finally become something you can hold it on your hand. So you can see here is the skin, here is the muscle layers, and here is the skeleton. Okay, this is something you are going to do in this semester, okay? So right now, all of you can try to visit my website. And of course, I think this website is pretty long, right? You can just search my name on the Google. Just try to type in CF Lu right here. Just CF Lu. I think CF Lu is good enough. CF Lu. My Chinese name is Lu Chia-Feng, right? So for English, it's more like Chia-Feng Lu, Chia-Feng Lu. So CF is the initial of my name, CF Lu. Just key in these 4 letters. I think it's good enough. Then you will find out my name right here. And this is the website. This is the link to my personal website. You can see right here, okay? So you can click in, okay? And then this is my website. You don't need to go through all of it. It doesn't matter. But you can focus on the right upper corner right here. You can see contents. Okay, you can see the contents right here. And then you can find this teaching materials, okay? And you can find this Matlab programming. Then you should be able to see something like this one, Matlab programming for medical image processing and 3D printing. Okay, I'm going to give you 1 or 2 minutes. Just try to find out my website. And you will find all the teaching materials, including the handouts, the PPT slides. Also, you will find out all the materials, for example, the DICOM images, the medical images, and the demo codes for you to learn in this specific web page, okay? And then you just try to scroll down. You will find out there is something right here, content, okay? But before that, okay, right here, I promise you to tell you the email of my TA, right? Okay, so right here you can see the content. So you can see we have all the materials right here. So today, of course, we are right here, week 1, right? So you can download the handout right here. Just click on it. You will see everything that I just mentioned about, okay? So for the future, every single week you come to this classroom, just switch on your computer and then please download all the materials. We can take the maybe second week as the example right here. You can download the handout and also this one, materials. We will have some images inside. We will have some demo code inside. Just before I started the class every single week, please come join us earlier, maybe 5 minutes earlier, and try to download and prepare your computer before I start my class, okay? Okay, and right here, you will find out not only the handout and the materials, you will also find out some videos right here. And again, I have to say this videos is pre-recorded before. That means this is recorded in Chinese. So again, this may be an opportunity. If you really feel English is that difficult for you, maybe you can just go back, just try to watch these videos in Chinese. Okay, exactly pretty similar content, but speaking in Chinese. It may help you, but I do encourage you to try to figure out what I'm talking about in this classroom. Through English. Okay, this is the purpose of the EMI, English as the medium of instruction, right? Anyway, and you can see today's handout, but if you click on the second one, yeah, you can see this is the handouts for the next week. But again, I didn't translate all the materials to English right now, but I will update all the content week by week. Don't worry about this, okay? And also you can find out this one, installation guide, Matlab 安装说明. You can see that right here, okay? So if you really want to know how to apply for the account to install the Matlab, you can also click on this menu right here. Okay, you can click on this. And I have to tell you, if you really want to install the full content of the Matlab, it may spend you around, I think, over 50 gigabytes, I guess. Okay, so right here, I have another document. It's just telling you that if you have very limited hardware capacity, you can just click on this file. It will tell you, you can see this is a list of the toolbox Toolbox is a part of the Matlab. If you are going to install all the toolboxes, it will spend you over 50 gigabytes. It's crazy, I know. So if you only have very limited hardware capacity, you can just install the toolbox with the bold red labels right here, okay? So it will only cost you 10 gigabyte. I know it is still very huge, but it is something you have to do, okay? So maybe try to delete some videos. I don't know what that is, but try to delete these videos and try to just give me some space. I need this some space, okay? So just try to install, I think just one Matlab, of course, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. These 7 toolboxes are required in this semester. So try to install them. And the others, you can just leave them alone, okay? So this is my website. Just remember CFLU. Search CFLU on the Google. You will find it now. Okay, so you can find out all the details right here. Right now, I believe all of you understand what we're going to learn and what is the intended learning outcome right here. And just to mention what we're going to do in every single week. So final question would be, how will I assess you guys? Okay, so this is the assessment. This is the rule. So right here, attendance, 10%, okay? And not only be here, I know some of you just try to come here and sleep. Don't do that because there is 20% right here. I really want you to participate in this classroom. Specifically, I really want you to co-work with your partner, okay? Your study group partner. If someone just looking at me and he feel very confused because his group member just keeps sleeping, I cannot help him, okay? So please come to this class and be fully energetic, okay? Just pay attention and just try to finish all the exercise with us, okay? So it's more than 20%. If I always see you come to the class, but you're always sleeping on the desk, I have to say, no, you won't get the score, okay? And I just mentioned that the midterm computer test, it will take 35%. And the final team project, again, it will take another 35% right here. So if you really have the trouble to get a high score for this midterm computer test, please don't worry too much about this. You can put all your energy on this final team project. Just try to do your best, okay? So any problem? Okay. So you can see right here, you can see the picture right here. There are many different 3D products that are printed by previous students right here. They all need to process the medical imaging and then print it out. So you can see brain, you can see skull, you can see whole body. Sometimes you can see the hand, you can see the spine, you can see the pelvis, you can see a lot of different things, okay? So basically, you will separate it into different teams and you will have a specific topic to do. And here is some extended learning materials. If you really like Matlab, I doubt. But once after this semester, you really find out that, oh my gosh, I really love Matlab. I really want to learn something more. Here are some materials for you. Okay, you can see basically Matlab can be applied in many different aspects. But of course, I only list the application in medicine. So you can see it can be used for analyze not simply imaging, but you can also analyze some signal like EKG, ECG, or some muscular signal. Okay, you can analyze a lot of different things. So if you have the interest in for medical signaling, you can go for this one. And we will have the chance to talk about the graphic user interface. That means you can design an interface, design a software that doctors or patients, they don't need to actually know how to do the coding in Matlab environment. They can just use it, like how you use the Word, PowerPoint, just exactly like that. Okay, you can design an interface right there. And also, of course, nowadays, all of you, I guess you heard AI before, artificial intelligence. or specifically it's more like the machine learning. So Matlab, of course, can be applied for machine learning purpose right here. And here are some other techniques for brain imaging, like the fMRI or FNIRS. I think there are some extended learning materials for you guys. So if you really want to find out something more, you can just go for my website. Oh, sorry, I didn't update my website. I should rewrite it. I will update these handouts later. I should update my website to the new one because after the merge of the Yangming and Jiaotong, we don't have this old website. This is specifically for Yangming Daxue, right? Yangming University. But right now we are NYCU, so this is the old links. I will try to update this later. And the final thing is, I think a part of you know this before, that we do have a program called 资料科学与智慧移控学分学程. Actually, this program doesn't have any English title, so I cannot speak it in English. But this program actually covers several different courses. Today, you are taking the Matlab programming language right here, right? This is one of the course. And for this program, if you can get more than 12 credits, you will get a certificate from this program. That means once you graduate from this university, you will get 2 certificates. One is your degree, like a master, like a bachelor, like a PhD degree. But also you can get another certificate for this program, okay? So right now we are here, okay? But if you take this computer science and also take this one, then you only need to worry about other add credits right here. Okay, I'm just trying to give you this information. So if you really want to know the details, just visit this website. Okay, this is the website for this 学分学程, this program. Okay. Okay, so right now I think I just finished the introduction of this course. Another important thing is I'm going to show you how to upload, how to hand in your weekly assignment. That means the homework. Okay. So right here, just you can visit the E3 system. I think all of you have already visited the E3 system, right? So right now, I want you to log in to the E3 system right now and find this course, 程式设计, right? Just find this course. And you will find out there is an assignment with today's date, right? September 15th. Try to find this one. I can do it with you. You can just, go to E3, right? You will see the course list right here. Just try to find this one, programming language. Okay? And then on your left-hand side, there is a list. Just try to find out the homework management, 作业管理, right here. Okay, so you should be able to see something like this one. I'm going to give you, again, a couple minutes. Try to find out this page. Okay, right here, please follow the rule. The way to upload the homework is so important because if you didn't follow the rule, we will treat you like you didn't hand in your homework. Okay, so follow the rule. Do follow the rule. You can see right here, this is very important. For every single week, we will have the assignment. Basically, you will create a Matlab code file. And you can see right here, the Matlab code file normally comes with these kind of things, .m. Like for Word file, it's more like .docx, right? But for Matlab, the code file is more like .m. This is an extension specifically for Matlab code file, M file. Sometimes we say M file, okay? So when TA or me saying something, please upload your M file to the E3, that means please give us the code file. Here is a rule that how you name this M file. You cannot simply type file 1 and upload it because we'll get confused. We don't know whose homework is it, okay? So please follow the rule. If you are the graduate student, do remember, just type in your student number, but do remember you should ask a letter, specifically S. Just put the S right here, followed by your student number. do remember one thing, you cannot use digits to name your files. You have to at least add one later. Okay, so I just assign all of you. Do remember, before your student number, put a lowercase s in front of it. If you are a graduate student, just go for this rule. But if you are a graduate student, please add G, okay? G in front of your student number right here, okay? So right now, I'm going to ask all of you to generate a file. Of course, right now you don't have the Matlab. You don't know how to use Matlab. It's okay. Just try to create anything like a Word file, PowerPoint file, or even Notepad file. It's okay. But try to rename the file using this rule, like S and your student number or G, your student number. Create any file and upload to the E3 system. So I can make sure everyone knows the rule, okay? So do it right now. And I'd like to remind all of you that computers in this classroom has the function to do so-called auto recovery. So do not believe that, do not think that if you leave some files within the computer, next week when you come back to the same seat, you will find exactly the same file. No way, okay? These computers have the function to do the auto recovery, or you can say auto deletion. It will delete every single thing that not belong to its computer originally. Okay, so do not leave your homework, do not leave your code file within the computer. Remember to copy it out, or basically you can email it to yourself. It's okay, or just bring a USB drive, okay, flash drive to copy it out. Otherwise, once you turn off or switch off the computer, everything is gone. I just try to remind you this point, okay? Okay, I think it's about time. Okay, so this is the way that we are going to do. Okay, when I say please finish your homework, finish your assignment, and upload it to E3, you can immediately understand what I'm talking about. You will do this, okay? So final part of today's slides. Don't worry about this because this is the very first week. I'm not intended to, talk you to the last minute. So final part, Matlab environment. I know most of you didn't use or didn't see Matlab environment before. So I'm not going to introduce in detail. I just want to give you a general picture. So once you install the Matlab on your own computer, you can try to just launch it, just open it, just turn it on, and then you can check whether the environment is exactly look like what I mentioned later, okay? So right here, this is the main figure or main window of the Matlab. You can see I give lots of the different labels right here, but I'm going to introduce this in detail for next week, not now. I just try to give you this picture, okay? So once you install the Matlab, try to double click on the shortcut icon on the desktop, okay? Try to double click, and you can see whether the main window is exactly look like this one. Okay, so you can find out there is some file list right here. You can see there is a space for you to key in some commands or codes. Like very simple example right here, A equals 1 plus 2. Equals in Matlab means assign. That means you are going to assign something on the right-hand side of this equal sign. You can see 1 plus 2, of course, equals to 3, right? So you are going to assign 3 to the left-hand side, A. You are going to assign 3 to this variable, A. So afterward, you will find out the answer that given by the Matlab, you will see A equals 3 because you are doing the assignment. You're trying to assign 3 to this variable. And then you will find out on your right-hand side, right here, this is so-called workspace. Workspace. Okay, that means what is the current available variables right now. So this lowercase a, okay, right here, you can see, okay, this is the only available variable right here because it just created it, right? Okay, so you can see a right here, and also you can see the value. Okay, so you can see value is 3, right? Okay, so this block right here, so-called workspace, is kind of the area that you can view, you can check what is the currently available variables. And right here, this is the way, this is the area that you can key in the comments. This is so-called command window. So if I ask you to do something like a equals 1 plus 2 or 1 plus 3, anything, you just try to key in right here, okay? And this one is the area so-called editor. You can not only try to key in something, but you can save all your codes into one single file. That is M file. Okay, that is M file. So in the next week, I will ask you to do the practice using this editor area. But just no worry right now. I just want to give you a very quick overview that after you install the Matlab, you can just double click it and check whether you have the similar environment right here. Okay, we will come back later in next week. Okay. Okay, there are so many different functions. I will introduce next week. Okay, and another important thing is the command history. You can try to remember this command history. In Chinese, we say 凡走过必留下痕迹. Okay, whatever you typed into the command window, you can simply click the upper arrow. 往上的那个箭头 upper arrow, you just click on it. It will show up the command history. So if you want to do this a equals 1 plus 2 again, you can simply just select this command that you key in before and press enter. You can do it again very quickly. Or other commands that you used before, you can very easily to reuse it again. Okay, so this is a command history again. You will learn how to use it again. Okay, so basically, I think I just try to give you very quick general view about the Matlab environment. And this week, your mission is go back home, go back to your room, try to install Matlab on your computer, okay?